Hey everyone. Happy Sunday. Just a reminder, I am not going to be here tomorrow and Tuesday. My schedule might be a little bit weird the next couple of weeks. Just an overview. This week is pretty normal. I'll be off Monday, Tuesday. You should see me between Wednesday and Sunday like usual. I might do offline readings a couple nights this week, so follow me on Instagram if you're not already. And then the following week is going to be a little bit weird. I might be working Monday and Tuesday because I am going to be taking a couple of weeks off of work. I think it's like 12 days straight. So depending on what I can achieve, what I can get done, you guys might see me next week on Monday and Tuesday. And you normally don't see me on those days. And then I'm going to come back. And then it's going to be a little normal for a while until October. And then when October hits, I'm going to be taking weekends off again and working Mondays and Tuesdays. So it's just going to be weird until like November, probably. You guys probably won't be super used to my schedule, but I'm going to be here as often as I can. We are not doing a giveaway tonight. We did a giveaway last night. So just be on the lookout later in the week for another giveaway. We are doing free yes, no. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. I have had some donations come through. So guys, give me a little bit and I will update the donation list after I do the free list. So far, it looks like we have James, SB, and IJ for sure. I might be overlooking someone. If I am, I'll be more specific in a few minutes. Hey everyone, welcome in, welcome in. Ari, I have your question. Hey Lena, we missed you here too. How are you? James, I have your question. Hey Nisha, welcome in. Sisters, welcome in. Water Sparkles, Nisha, Sisters, and Lena, I have your question. Hey, IJ. All right, let's go ahead and get started. This one is for Sophie. Sophie. I wouldn't say big. I have the page here, so I think it's going to be less than you're hoping for, but I do think it's going to be enough for a new start. We have the Page of Wands and the Fool. Ari. Ari, I'm getting a yes, King of Cups. So this is basically a very trustworthy, open, generous, gentlemanly type of energy. And I feel like this was what your intuition was trying to tell you. I am getting a yes. James, are you asking just in terms of communication? Like what kind of reconnection are you asking me about? You're welcome, guys. Just so I know for sure, like what are you asking for in terms of reconnection? You asking like, are you guys going to be back in consistent communication? The way that you were before, or are you asking for something like more than that? Water Sparkles. I am getting a no, Water Sparkles. The Hangman. Either one. Back in consistent communication. back in consistent communication. So will Patty and James reconnect back into consistent communication this year? I have a yes, James. I have Page of Wands and Eight of Wands. Nisha. I got a maybe. Which way is it leaning? Yes. I think heavy air is influenced in your person's chart, Nisha. Yes. Sisters. Sisters, yes. 10 of Pentacles. Lena. Thank you for liking, Lena. I'm getting a yes, the Justice card for you, Lena. Yes. Lily. Lily, I got a maybe, but it's leaning towards a yes. So I think that will happen. But with these cards, it just indicates that your dad has like a lot of self work to do. Like a lot of personal development in his own life. So it might be a while before you get what you're looking for. Does David know my issues about my dad? Yes, King of Swords. Biza, you can ask a question. Ari, yeah, I mean, that can happen sometimes. I feel like that is the only reason, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you have to make it. You know, like if you're wanting something more with this person, you can activate your free will. It does, just because that's the reason that person was sent to you doesn't mean you can't make more, of it, if that makes sense. Samaya, I am getting a no, Three of Swords for you. You might want to kind of adjust your plans and check back in on that energy later. Does Diana think I disliked her? I have a no, Four of Swords on a Daisha. Daisha, I have a no. Oh, a no. Eight of Swords. There's some restriction here. Nannies, hi, welcome in. I have a maybe, Nannies. Which way is it leaning? Yes or no? It's leaning towards a yes, Nannies. So more than likely, yes. Hi, Jay. Hi, Jay. Yes, Page of Pentacles. Sienna. Diana, I'm getting a no. 8 of Swords. There's some restriction here. Hi, Rupali. I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Very much looking forward to my weekend that starts after tonight. You're welcome, Lena. Thank you guys for liking. Sisters, you're welcome. Bria. Bria, yes. 7 of Wands, High Priestess. Keep going. Be persistent. Rupali. Rupali, yes. 3 of Pentacles. Fiza. Fiza, it's a maybe. Which way is it leaning? Yes or no? Which way is it leaning? They want you to make this decision, Fiza. This is on you to decide. I can't answer your question. They're not being clear with the answer there. Maybe it will be helpful to a certain extent, but maybe there's other things that need to be worked on. Ari said that's true. Galilea. I have a no. Knight of Swords. Have you asked them? Knight of Swords, 3 of Swords. Have you asked them for a raise? Ashley. I have a yes. 9 of Wands for Ashley. All right, guys. The list has to come to a close now. I said I would do them until 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So no one else post, please, for a free question. If you're donating, that's fine. Not yet. Yeah, you're welcome, Galilea. Okay. Anime. Yes, 4 of Wands. Sicily. No, 5 of Wands. Free list is closed now, guys. We're going to update the donation list. You're welcome, Anime. Thanks for joining us. And thank you guys for liking the live stream. I appreciate it. Definitely come back later in the week for more free reads, and I'll be doing a giveaway again later this week. All right, donations. All right, so it's James who is a pre-order. So no skips for James. We have SB after that, and then we have IJ after that. Donations are still open if anybody else would like to donate. James, are we doing your usual for you? You're welcome, friends. Fiza, thank you for your brutal honesty. Sorry, friend. Oh my god, you're very welcome. You made me laugh. All right, channel messages and love too. You got it. All right, what's going on here? Hey, Nessa. For one question, so if you take a look at my description on this video, if you click the description and get all the details, I do have pricing menu option. So if you have a yes no question that you just basically want a straight answer, yes, no, no elaboration, it's $5 to do so. I can pull a couple of cards to give you an idea of an open-ended question for a mini reading, and that's $8. Or if you want to go in depth with it, where I pull extra cards and give you extra details, is 13. Will you run into him again? So if you just want a straight yes no answer, and I can double check with the pendulum, that's $5 to do so. I'll pull a card, and if I'm unclear, I'll use the pendulum for you. It's $5 for that. Um, that's just a straightforward yes or no. If you want a little more information, then I would do a mini or an in depth. Hopefully that answers your question. Just let me know. James, we're almost done, okay? I got it, Nessa. I'll add you to the list in just a second. So my suggestion, James, would be to be very aware that she's paying close attention to you right now. So whatever you post, be strategic about that. I kept hearing like instigate, investigate, like there's just a lot of like keeping an eye on things. So if you're wanting her to monitor you, just be very strategic about what it is you're posting, because I do feel like that's her energy right now. So anyways, she says, I want to know what's going on. Things are weird, I know. There's not much I can change about that. I want you to live your life and have fun. It's what you deserve, but not being in the loop is awkward. I know I made my bed and I haven't earned my right for curiosity, but I want to know what's going on with you. I just feel strange about that. This must be how you feel, but now the shoe's on the other foot. I don't know what to make of it. I also don't want to be too obvious in my curiosity. I am not trying to send the wrong message. I guess I just have to deal with this for now, but I'll be watching. That's what she says. And by the way, this was such a free flowing channeled message. It felt very open tonight, and my handwriting looks horrible because of it. But the message was coming in so fast that I like couldn't. That's automatic writing. I can't really like, be like make sure my handwriting looks super super nice, otherwise I might miss the message. So if there's something you can't read there, let me know. But that's why I also like to read it out loud, because just in case you can't make out a word that I wrote, sometimes it starts to like turn into a scribble for some reason. Okay, let's do your love option 2. What I got from that was she just doesn't want, like, if she were to like ask you about what's going on or who you're hanging out with or who you talk to or whatever, I feel like she doesn't want you to think that she's jealous. Even if she might be, she doesn't want to give that impression. She doesn't want to send the wrong message that she's like, I don't know. I just feel like she doesn't want you to know. Like, I just feel like she doesn't want you to know if she's feeling some type of way about this. Because she doesn't want whatever she says or does to, like, influence what you think. I truly think she wants you to just keep living your life. But I think that there is a part of her that feels very uncomfortable about this. And she's like, that's a me problem. I'm just going to have to deal with it. Dorella, all of my free list options are closed for the night. We're only doing donations for now. So if you want to donate, feel free. Otherwise, check back in later in the week to see what else I'm offering. Yeah, I just feel like she doesn't want you to know. I mean, I think because, like, what's she going to do about it? If she's feeling jealous or if she's feeling uncomfortable about it, how is that going to be beneficial for anyone? Because the circumstances are the same, it feels like. So I feel like if she was like, I'm jealous, you'd be like excited about that, because you'd be like, oh, cool. That means she does have feelings for me and she wants to be with me. But she's like, no, that's not it. I'm just jealous. Like, I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to change how I feel. So I feel like she just feels like it's unnecessary because she doesn't think the circumstances would change and that it would send the wrong message to you. It would like, I almost feel like she doesn't want to like stand in your way if she feels like uncomfortable or if she feels awkward. Have you ever had feelings for someone where you're just like, I like hanging out with them. I mean, I think that like, I have you ever had like jealous feelings for someone, but like you didn't actually want to be with them? I don't know how to explain it. That's basically what it is that she just is like, I don't know, it's complicated. I don't freaking know. I don't know how to explain this, but like that's what it feels like. Sorry. Okay. Moving on. Let's do the love option 2. All right. Love 2 for James and Patty. Love 2 for James and Patty. You said no, I can't say I felt like that, but I do understand. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I've definitely like been in relationships with people who felt that way towards me. They're like, I don't want this. but I don't want anyone else to have you kind of thing. Like, I'm not willing to step up and do what I need to do to deserve you, but I also feel uncomfortable like with you being with someone else. And I find that those people that I've been in a really, or like been in a situationship who felt that way with me, it was their own personal issues, their own personal problem. Like, it had nothing to do with me or who I was or what I had to offer. It was entirely them. And fortunately for me, but unfortunately for them, they are still the people who are watching my social media, commenting on things years and years and years later, even though I've been in a relationship for a long time and now I'm married. Some of them had to block me because they weren't getting that validation back that they were looking for because it was inappropriate. I was with someone else. But it's like they figure it out, but they figure it out too late. And it's hard because what are you supposed to do with that? Like, I don't know. It's complicated. Let's see. What is she showing the connection? She's still keeping her feelings close, James. I wouldn't expect a big show or change in her. That's how she's showing up is I'm keeping my feelings close to my chest. I'm keeping things private. We have the moon here. I would say that she's feeling a bit better. I think that for a while there, she had a dark cloud over her, and I think she might be coming out of that, which, I don't know if that matters to you or not, but I do think that she's feeling a little bit more on the up, like on the happy side of things. But I feel like don't expect her feelings to come out. Don't expect any grand gestures or for her to like try to clear the air, clear things up. I hope for your sake that she does, but I just wouldn't say in this energy for you to expect that. I do think that she's continuing to put focus on herself and trying to figure out where she belongs in this world. I think that part of her is a little bit confused on like who she is, what she has to offer, what does she want. Her whole life just feels like a big question mark, and I think she's complicated. Like, she wants to support you, she wants you to be happy, she wants you to live your life. Part of her is happy that you're out and about and hanging out with other people and like kind of doing your own thing, but I think it's also kind of bittersweet for her because she's over here going like, well, he used to invite me to these things, or these are things that we used to do together. And, it's a tough spot to be in when someone doesn't want you enough and when you want that person to want you. And I think that's kind of where she is it's like, it's just, I don't know. It's tough. And I'm like exhaling because I don't like this energy in full. But what I will say is for now, no grand gestures. She's keeping her feelings close to chest. She's complicated. She's complicated, James, because I don't think she's a bad person, but I think she just makes shitty choices. I think that she goes about things and does things the wrong way. And I think it's because she constantly puts herself in positions where she feels like she needs to satisfy someone else's wants and someone else's needs. And she goes along that path for a long time, like thinking that eventually her feelings will change, and then she realizes that they're not changing, and then she like ends up leading someone on, or she ends up like making you think you're heading in one direction and completely pulls out and disappears. And that's just her energy. She has to figure out who she is, you know what I mean? Like, she has to just no one is asking you to decide this or decide that. We're just asking you to decide. Like, just figure your shit out. And I feel like that's what's hard for her, is that she's all over the place and she thinks too much and cares too much, and then all of a sudden she doesn't give a shit about anything. And it's just a very complicated place for you to be in. And I see her head. I see her trying to do better. I see her wanting to move forward and figure it all out. But she stays in this Queen of Swords energy. She doesn't allow anything to get through to her. She's always guarded. She's always got a wall up with every single person in her life. You said, yeah, I hate what you're saying. It's infuriating to hear. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's crazy because I'm the one telling her not to do that and to have boundaries. Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of getting from her, I don't know why I just had this thought, but it's almost like, yeah, he wants me to have boundaries, but with everyone except for him. Like that's kind of what I heard. So that was interesting. I still continue to feel with these like intentions, you're gonna be kind of up and down here. We have the world. The world is cyclical. It's like a cycle. It's going round and round with each other, never really getting anywhere. Um, the world sometimes reminds me, well, also the Wheel of Fortune too reminds me of like a treadmill or an elliptical or a stationary bike, or a hamster wheel. It's just like this thing where you're just going round and around, but you're not really actually moving. Her own personal free will is actually influencing this connection right now. Her just doing what she wants is a big part of your block right now, which I feel like you want someone to have their own free will. You want them to make their own decisions. You don't want someone to want to be with you just because you want them to be with you. You want them to want to be with you. But the free will is kind of counteracting this because she's saying, I'm doing what I want, and that's all I can really say. The overall energy is the Six of Cups. So, James, I think that on and off for a little while, you'll still be hearing from her. I don't think she's going to go completely dark on you for like a year. I think that you're bound to hear from her every once in a while. And then with a yes or no reading, it's saying before the end of the year, things will be a little more consistent. So yeah. But I'm ready for your BOGO whenever you are. Just let me know what your questions are for me. It's crazy. No, I already read that. Yeah, but I also give her space and freedom. I'm never encroaching on her boundaries. Yeah. Yeah. James, that's true. I mean, that's true. You don't pressure her like outwardly, you're not like, everything that happens between you guys is consensual. It's not like you're like demanding and being a stalker and like showing up. You know what I mean? You're not doing that to her. And I know that you're not. So you are trying to give her space. But the thing is you don't want space from her and she's wanting space. So again, it's a tough spot to be in. Hey, Angelus. Yeah. Yeah, the free list is closed. I do the free list the first 15, so you just have to get here early. Angelus, are you getting notifications on your phone when I go live? Hey, Crystal, all free list options are closed. I have a scrolling banner. Donations are the only thing I'm doing right now. What's our romantic future long term? All right, long term, what's the romantic future? Hi, Jay. I got your donation for your channeled message. I just wanted to let you know I just saw it. Said exactly. I don't blow up her phone, text her nonstop, or just show up at her house or work. Don't get upset if she wants to do her own thing. Yeah, I know what. I just don't feel like I did anything to land in this position. I can be real with myself and reflect. Yeah. Oh, let me grab my drink real quick. I mean, I feel like James, she's truly been showing her colors. Like with you stepping back and kind of distancing yourself from her, I feel like, you know, she's the fact that she's been distant for the most part kind of just shows like her true colors right now. And when I say true colors, I'm not talking about her as a person, I'm just talking about her intentions. I'm talking about like you'd think that if she was losing access to you, she would try harder, but it almost seems like she wants it to be on her own terms. And your free will says, "Well, that's fine. I'll see your free will and your terms and raise you. This is also going to be on my terms too." So, I don't know. But long-term romantic future. Long-term romantic future. Long-term romantic future. Hold on. I want to pull a couple clarifying cards. Okay, well, I want to let you know, which might make you happy, maybe, that it's not out of the question for you guys to be together in the future. I do think that there's a world or a reality out there that's available to you where you guys have a life together, a marriage together, children, things like that. We have the Seven of Pentacle card. I got it clarified by, the Ten of Pentacles card. I got it clarified by the Seven of Pentacles card. So right now, maybe you guys are just challenging each other, butting heads, figuring out ways in which you can grow individually. Maybe this is just kind of you're teaching each other lessons, and um that shit's working itself out. And maybe at some point down the line, these are the seeds that are being planted right now. And somewhere down the line, you guys are going to have it all. And this is just going to be a funny story that you tell your grandkids of like how hard Patty made you work for it, and how much growing up she had to do, and how much work you guys individually had to do for yourself. And like the reason why I say that this is still available to you is because I have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So they're saying that like this love, this partnership between the two of you is here for you. And maybe you want it so bad because there is a future for you guys together. But think of how dysfunctional a relationship would be between the two of you if you got together right now. Like, think of how invalidated and like you wouldn't be reassured in this connection. And like, let's just say nothing changed with her. And she said, "Okay, James, I want to be in a relationship with you." Let's do that. But she didn't change anything else about her behavior. She disappeared for a month at a time. She didn't respond to you. She kind of went off and did her own thing and then decided to reappear into your life. Like, that's the girlfriend you would get with her. So obviously that's not a functional relationship, because this is who Patty is choosing to be right now. She can't make herself available to you. So you could have the title that you're looking for, but you would not be happy in the relationship. And that is the one thing that we can't rush, because that's a place that she has to get to on her own. And nobody can tell her, what she wants and what she's going to do. She has to figure that out for herself. But, I think that there is a future here for you guys. It's hard to say right now, but when I'm pulling 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups, reunion, reconciliation, like, I can't help but think that there is a path forward for the two of you. I think we're just working out the kinks at this time, is what I'm getting. Let me know if you have any questions. What can he do to bring the connection together? I know, I'm sorry. What can he do to bring the connection together? I think oh my god, James, you have like a guide that I'm hearing from. I don't know who this is, but it's almost like comedic. Like, I feel like there's a guide here, and maybe it's like your higher self, maybe. But I just heard, James, what can you do to bring your connection together? Just don't want it so bad. Like, you just want it too bad. You want it so bad. And it was more like a jokey is kind of how I heard it in my head. But I feel like they're just like, stop wanting it so bad. Like, just let it go. Stop thinking about her so much. Like, every single thing you do, every decision you make, every like thing, it's surrounding her. It's what would she think of this? What, and like, you have such a hard time like not involving her in every single thing that you do. And like, I don't know, there's this guy that's just like kind of funny to me, kind of like a tough love, like, get it together, like, stop wanting it so bad. But maybe there is the key, maybe there is a key there. Like, maybe there is something to that. Like, just allowing your connection to just be what it is, and like not trying so hard, like not wanting it so bad. Hey Kay, can I ask a question about my marriage? We are not doing any free questions for the rest of the night. I closed all my free list options, Kay, but if you want to donate, you can. I see you here with the 9 of Swords, and it's like, the 9 of Swords is like where you're stressing about it. It's like you're really trying hard not to. You're trying hard to just do other things. But this person, like, you can't escape Patty. You cannot escape her. It's just like everywhere you turn, it's like she's on your mind and she's still there. She's in the back of your mind. It's like something that weighs heavily on you. And I don't know, it's like morning, noon, and night. It's like the first thing you think of when you wake up, the last thing you think about before you go to bed. And she influences your decisions, and she's like, she's rent free. She's rent free up there. And I feel like there's a lesson in this for you, is that the things that you're doing, the things that you're wanting in life, they should be propelled by you and what you want, not what you think is Patty's going to think of this thing that you're doing. Not like, and it's tough because it's, you're taught all the time when you want to manifest, like you bring this into your mind, you visualize it, you act as if it already is. The problem is you can't do that with a person. You can do that with an object, currency, a career, because careers and objects and currency don't have free will. She has free will, so you can't manifest her into your life until she's ready to be there. So whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're making room for, that's fine. Make room for that thing. Get a house if you want, so that way you have a place for your future wife to live, but you can't put Patty there. You can't put her in that place. You can't plug her in to that spot when she hasn't deserved it and she hasn't asked for it and she doesn't want it right now. So I feel like just don't try so hard to be like doing things and being motivated by her opinions, what she would think, what she would want, how she feels. I think you have to find some kind of balance. And I'm not saying forget about her. I'm not saying like tell her to fuck off. I'm just saying like there has to be some kind of balance here, and you have to want it for yourself, whatever you're doing, more than you wanting it because you think that she's going to react a certain way to it. So I think like just trying as hard as you can to use that frustration that she makes you feel, use that infuriation and all of those adjectives that you said to me earlier, use that to make yourself better, use that to really show up. And I feel like when she sees you pouring that love and back into yourself, I think that the true part of Patty that sees you as like a future husband, like the part of her that like sees what you have to offer, I think she will recognize that, and maybe that will help her to want to do better herself. But if you truly are reflecting within one another, like let's just say, twin flames are a thing, and like let's just say you guys are twin flames, that means that she's part of you. That means that if you want her to do better, you have to do better, because you guys are reflecting within each other what you need to do, what you need to work on. So there's this push and pull between you. And so whatever you want her to do, you have to be willing to do yourself. So if you want her to grow, then and like have personal development, maybe you should start doing that. Maybe you should start reading some books, listen to some podcasts if you already are. If you want her to not be so distant and disconnected, maybe you shouldn't. If you want her to want you more, then maybe you should want yourself more. Like, I know this sounds so kind of abstract, but this is like the advice that's coming through. I'm getting, don't stress too much about it. Balance yourself. We have the Two of Pentacles. Bring some balance back into your life and your way of thinking. You probably have done a lot better. I do feel like within the last 2 weeks, just energetically, James, is that you are trying to do this. So I don't want to discredit you and make you feel like I don't see it and I don't notice it, because I do. I also feel like we can continue working on that path, because maybe the scales are tipping a little bit, but I still think that they need to be a bit more balanced. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, which really just talks about patience. Like maybe maybe you have to get to the point where you're at peace with knowing that you guys might never be together. I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm saying like inside, and I know I've said this to you many, many, many times, like, is there ever a point in your life since knowing her that you have said, you know what, if we don't end up together, it's not the end of the world? Have you ever said that to yourself? Is that something that you've thought to yourself? Because I think you do need to get to that point. You have to be willing to disconnect. The greatest things that have ever come to my into my life is because I let go of the outcome and I say, you know what, fuck it. If it's not for me, it's not for me, and moved on. And sometimes I got that thing that I wanted and sometimes I didn't. But you know what? Something even better came along. So you have to get to that point where you can say, I hope it's her. I wish for it to be her. And it would be so amazing if it was her. But if it isn't, oh well. And I almost feel like you have to get to that point. And I don't know where you are on that journey. I don't know what side you're on or if you've ever had that feeling. But I feel like that's the place you have to get to. You have to have peace within yourself. And so these are like just some things that I feel like I'm feeling, I'm hearing, I'm wanting you to know. And again, this might not be easy. Some of it might hit your ear wrong. Maybe I sound completely off base. I'm not quite sure like how this is all affecting you, what I'm saying, but I promise you, coming from a place where I've been through a lot of shit, and I don't even tell you guys the half of what I've been through and the trauma that I have been through, um in the place that I'm at now, I promise you it gets better. I promise you. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be with her, but if it's not her, it's going to be even better than that. And can you even fathom better than Patty? So I don't want you to completely give up, but I want you to be at peace. I want you to get to that point where you're at peace with knowing that it might not be her. You hope it, you wish it, you want it. But if it's not, then that's okay. And I think that's the mindset you have to be in. I think you have to like not be, so attached and stuff to it. So, James, that is what I have for you, friend. I do hope this is something that you come back to. If I've ever said anything to you, you come back to this one and listen to it, even like in a week from now, listen to it again and just keep listening to it, because I promise you some things are going to be like clicking and some things probably are not. He said, I hear you. I've been able to disconnect more, where her and what's going on with us isn't dominating my thoughts like it was. I'm doing things. And that's like so important. And I also noticed that you back away with readings a little bit. It seems like you're kind of putting more into yourself. And so I don't say this to invalidate the progress that you have been and the journey that you have been on and the progress you have made. But I think it's more just like encouragement to keep going and try not to fall back into old habits and old patterns. You said hypnotherapy training for a few days to get certification as a hypnotherapist. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even know that. Looking into a new energy healing modality. Wait, hold on. Actually, the hypnotherapy thing is coming back to me now. I think you might have told me that before. I think just fill your schedule. Like, fill the shit out of your schedule if you can. Like, overbook yourself if you have to. Like, I think, James, right now, you got to have those distractions, because too much time on your hands is not going to be a good thing right now. Thank you, James. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I work 6 days a week. I do a lot in my free time, keeping myself busy. Yeah, just that's it. That's exactly it. That's the key. Just stay busy. I want you to be so exhausted that you like barely have time to think or eat or sleep. Like I feel like that's what you need right now. Um Try not to have really any free time is my recommendation. And I think you can make that happen because you seem to be pretty ambitious in general. So I don't think you'll have a problem with doing that. SB. I don't know if you recently have or if this is what Spirit's wanting you to do, but they're saying that you have a curious mind, you're extremely intellectual, SB, and they're saying that it's if you I don't know. I almost feel like they're saying that if there's a break that you have been taking from learning and reading and researching and like maybe learning a new skill or new knowledge or something like that, they want you to like be done with that break and they want you to like get back into it, learn a new skill, grow, research, get back into like that student mindset. On the offhand that you're like, no, I have been doing that like crazy, they're saying take a break from it. The only reason I don't know which way it is because I have the page of swords and I have the four of swords. The page means learn, 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 research, absorb, be a sponge, discover, obtain a new skill. And then I have four of wands where it's like rest, take a break. So I'm like, I have that energy. I know that it's one or the other. So if you feel like you need to get back into it, do that. If you feel like you've been doing it too much and your brain is like needs a break, then take a break. Because these two cards together are almost like oxymorons. They're like, one saying utilize mental energy and the other one saying don't utilize mental energy. You said, yeah, I definitely want to dive in for sure. I have so many ideas. I've been very inquisitive, like in beginning stages of discovering myself. So SB, then just keep going. Keep diving in because here's the thing, you're like naturally super intelligent. You might have been told like before in your life that you pick up on things very quickly and that things when it comes to like knowledge, learning a new skill, a new craft, or just a new subject in general, that you seem to just pick it up very naturally. You might have been like a really good student. You might have even like led some like study groups or been a tutor. I don't know, but there's something here where they're saying she's so inquisitive. She's so smart. She always wants to learn. She always wants to discover something new. And I feel like they're like, okay, well, if she hasn't been doing that, tell her to get back into it. If she has been doing that, tell her that she needs to give herself some breaks. So that's what I mean when I said I don't know which one it was, but it's one of those two. Hey Chandrell, my free list is closed for the night. I love being a student of life. It's very true. So like any kind of knowledge you want to absorb, and the Page of Swords energy is that of like I never want to stop learning because the page is the youngest court card. The king is like I have all the knowledge that I'll ever need and I'm done learning, and the page is like give me, give me, give me, I want it all, like I want to know it all. So, and you might be like hooked on a subject for a day or a week and then want to move on, and that's fine. But they're saying like tap back into that natural curiosity that you have within you. Um, I have something here to do with justice. Justice is like action and consequence. It's the law, it's karmic balance, it's duty, responsibility, seeing both perspectives. Yes, I'm ready to dig in. I've already been diving into ocean life and terrain. Oh my God. Yeah, it's funny. We have like so many different areas of interest. They're so random. I would say Four of Pentacles. I would say just be mindful of what you give to people right now, what energy you're extending to people. Basically, they want you to reserve your energy. This Four of Pentacles is a very reserved, conservative, kind of like keeping to myself. And it doesn't mean that you can't socialize. It's just saying that be very picky right now about who you're giving your energy to. And this could be your time, your mental energy, someone like just like taking up your headspace that doesn't deserve to be there. This could be charity, like volunteering or offering money to someone. So basically, just be really strategic with your spending, how you're doling out parts of yourself right now, and make sure that whoever it is you're giving your time to, or your effort, energy, money, etc., that you're being very mindful and intentional with that. You said, been wanting to volunteer on the coast here. I want to help. Otters are so cute. Oh, they are cute, aren't they? I want to give back for sure for the planet. So they're saying like you only have so much of you to go around. So make sure that whatever it is that you are going to do, you've done your research and you like it's worth it, if that makes sense. Oh, that sounds fun. See? Did you give it to them? Did you give them money? Was it family? I have the Ten of Pentacles here, which is the family card. I see the Five of Swords, that there could be some kind of conflict or some. What's the Five of Swords kind of talks about like should you not. Um, it's some kind of conflict or discomfort surrounding that person. I did lend someone money back in March. They didn't pay me and I won't ask. Yeah, giving to her tomorrow. It's my friend who's like family. Yeah, because it's the family card. So you definitely look at this person as more than a friend. Well, I'll just give you the advice that my mom gave me is that if you're going to like loan someone money, don't ever expect to see it again. You have to be at peace with that because like most time people are not going to pay you back. So don't ever overextend yourself and put yourself in a position where you can't afford for that person to not pay you back. It doesn't mean they're not going to, but we just can't expect it. You said I did. You said you won't ask. Like, yeah. So like, it seems like you already know that lesson in terms of not expecting someone to return the money. Just don't overextend yourself. Like anybody can give someone $50 to $100, and like it's not going to make or break your entire life. But don't drop like thousands of dollars if that's not. Don't give someone your whole savings. Basically, like. You said, yeah, that's how you felt with the money you lended in March. Yeah. This is going to help your friend. I did pull a card on this, and your friend is basically you're making them feel like sunshine. You're making them feel a lot of relief and happiness. They don't feel as much stress on themselves anymore. You agreeing to help them, whether they know it yet or not, is going to bring them a lot of relief. What does she need to know? What does she need to know? What does she need to know? You've got commitment coming, girl. I see you getting into a relationship. I really, really do. I feel like that's approaching. I feel like that's just around the corner. This relationship of yours, this commitment. You got a new start with a new boo. All right, so that is your mini. I have you down for. What else do I have you down for? You said it keeps coming up. Yeah, commitment keeps coming up for you. You're so excited for these ideas. Aw, I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, perfect. All right, and then an in-depth, and then I think we're settled up after that. You let me know. Okay, so in-depth love. Now, do you have a particular question for me, or are you wanting a love spread? All right, guys, I think I'm going to leave the donation list open for just a little while longer. I will probably close it in the next 15-20 minutes. So if anyone wants to add on to the reading, just let me know. We're going to switch to last call really quickly. Oh, you like the love spreads? Yes. I think those might be your favorite. I'm glad you like them too, because I will say probably 2 years ago, maybe a little less than that, I wasn't doing love spreads. So I'm really happy that people like them so much. I do love spreads, like multiple love spreads, every single time. And they do get straight to the point. I agree. They kind of just give you a good overview of what you need to know. All right, Pisaji. Pisaji. Next up after SB, I have IJ. After IJ, we have Nessa. Just a reminder, guys, it's the last call. I'll be closing the list very soon. You said they are your favorite. I get that he misses you a lot in your readings, like how he's feeling right now. He definitely is dealing with some type of like conflict. I can't tell if it's internal or external. But he's working through this. I think that I think he's such a good guy, and I think that he's actively doing what he can to not involve you in his shit. Hey Amy, next that I'll be doing readings should be on Wednesday. My list is still open tonight if you wanted to donate, but that's up to you. He's saying he might actually SB be like doing like podcasts, like self-help books, therapy, that kind of thing, or he might be going like the spiritual route of like Reiki and kind of like what James was saying earlier, like hypnotherapy, things like that. Like, I'm not sure, but I feel like he's actively, like, I feel like he's just such a good guy and he's actively trying to do his best. And I feel like he feels that he misses out sometimes because he's trying so hard to correct the past and work through these things if these triggers do come up. I think he feels like he's missing out with you, and I don't know like where you guys are at in terms of communication. My hope is that you can, like, you guys are still talking every single day. Okay, Amy, just let me know. I'm hoping that you guys are still talking on a daily basis, but I just feel like this strong feeling of like really missing you and really wanting to be more available to you, be there for you more. And I think that he cares a lot about your opinion of him. And I think that the main thing is he's saying, I want to do this the right way. I really want to be delicate with her, be sensitive with her. I really want to make sure that I'm mindful and intentional with her. Now, I do think that you're looking for him to bring some more clarity to you in this connection. I think that when you don't get that reassurance that you need or that you're looking for, your mind can tend to get away from you because you're not really sure sometimes where you stand. And it's not just with him, it could be with literally anyone. If you're not getting that consistent reassurance, like you start going, what's going on here, like, and your mind can start bringing you to places that isn't reality, but you have nothing else to go on, so you just start drawing conclusions for yourself, because who wouldn't do that? So I think for right now you're kind of looking for clarity, and I think for him he's just saying like, I get that, I understand that. I think he's very aware of what he's lacking. Like, he's very aware of what he's not giving to you. And he's saying, like, I'm almost out of it. Like, I'm almost through the thick of it. Like, I feel like he's letting you know there's a light at the end of his tunnel and he's going to be there. What brings you together? What pulls you apart? So, pretty much what I already said, not to be redundant. You said you're not talking every day. Okay. Oh, you miss him. Yeah, I think he's missing you. Well, I'm having deja vu. This is really weird. I'm having deja vu. But yeah, not to be redundant, but your strengths and weaknesses are just pretty much the same. I remember SB when I told you that you guys tend to be pretty guarded, and of course that's coming up again with the 9 of Wands. You can't leave each other in the dark. You have to be communicating with one another and being willing to make yourself vulnerable and be emotional, because if we're keeping each other at a distance or at arm's length, like, you guys are going to start either losing interest in one another or thinking that the other person's losing interest, or both. So it's your relationship flourishes when you both feel that you're being given to, and it's weak when you feel that you're left in the dark. The energy around the relationship is that right now you're standing your ground. Neither of you are giving up on this connection. You're really trying to kind of see it through and hope for the best and trust the process. But I can also tell that if this continues, that you are going to start feeling like you need to protect yourself, and you might fall out of that fantasy, that excitement, that, like, those new feelings that you get when you start talking to someone. I feel like you might start to feel like you're going to lose that. And you're really trying to see it through, but you're also like, I want to be realistic. And that's something you can default back into really well. Thing to keep in mind about a Sag is that they kind of go back and forth a lot. They really have the best intentions. I think Sagittariuses are like true empaths at heart. They really, really care about every single person and how what they're doing is affecting every single person, but keeping in mind that they are the archer, they're the arrow. So they're going to draw back sometimes and retreat, and then sometimes they're going to lunge forward. And that's just kind of what to expect with a Sag, is that sometimes they're more extroverted, sometimes they're more introverted. I'm hoping that he can kind of solidify things with you and lock things down with you before you start to back away from him. Um, What's hidden? We have the star, and then will the relationship be successful? I am getting a yes for a successful relationship. The potential is still here. What's hidden is the star. So I feel like what Spirit's saying here is they want you to still hold the faith. Like, still, like, don't give up on this person. Don't walk away from this person. Obviously, you have to do what you feel is best, but I feel like they're saying, like, they don't want you to think that he's going to be like the other people that you have like walked away from just because he's different. His reasons for being how he's being right now are not the same. He is interested in you and he does miss you. Hey, Jazz. Hi. Thank you for the donation. I'll add you to the list in just a second, okay? So it's just something that, they want you to know. So if you have to kind of pull back a little bit, that's okay. Obviously, that's understandable, but they don't want you to fully give up on this connection right now, which is interesting to me. And I saw that you donated for some channeled messages, some message cards. Is that right? I have someone in here advertising that they're offering free readings on their channel. This is hilarious. I've never seen that before. Okay, thank you. I'll post my question. Jazz, I have your question. Thank you. You said, where am I? And yeah, that card does keep coming up. That 9 of Wands is crazy. Like it shows up in your reading every single time. But you know, you get 4 of Wands a lot too. So that's why I think I'm trying to have some hope. Nessa's laughing. Like, what the heck? That's so weird. That's so funny. But you said you have been redirecting your energy into your passions. That's good, definitely. Okay, perfect. Afraid of getting burned again and trying to protect myself. Like, who are you? Where did you come from? Why are you in my chat advertising your channel? That is bizarre. So SB, let's get your channeled messages here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, someone named Kiwi Tarot. They must have deleted their comment. They probably thought that I wouldn't be able to see it. Let me see if I can find them. I'm actually curious who this person is. Oh, they don't have anyone in their chat. Oh, they're brand new. This is what they posted. I'm putting it on the screen. I mean, I'm not going to hate the game. I do think that that's a little bit weird to try to poach people off of my channel to come in here. I mean, you should at least ask me first, but okay. A little bold is right. Agreed. I mean, I don't mind if people want free readings and going somewhere else for free readings, but I think it's kind of weird to try to advertise that in my channel without asking me first. Is bizarre. Okay, so SB, let's pull some channeled message cards for you. Bizarre and bold. Message cards from P. Saji. Hi, Jay. You are next, and then I'm going to be doing your channeled messages first, if that's what you would like me to do for you. Messages from P. Saji to SB. All right, so I have him saying, I'm attracted to you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I also feel like that's him saying, I didn't mean to confuse you. I feel like there's a sense of worry that he has here. Like, I think he's just worrying about giving the wrong impression. IJ sounds good. He says, my actions aren't aligning with how I truly feel about you. He's saying, I want you. You make me better, or you're making me better. There's also kind of a card here from him. I'm trying to understand like how to put this into words. He's saying, I didn't expect to meet you. And I kind of had a plan in motion, but you've caught me off guard. And now I'm having to readjust because I want to make room for this. I want to make space for us. I'm used to blocking my emotions. I'm overthinking everything I do and say. Anything else? Anything else for us, B? I'm afraid of rejection. I want to know you better. I'm scared to tell you how I feel. And lastly, we will align after we heal. All right, SB, that is what I've got for you, friends. Hopefully I satisfied your reading in full. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. Resonates. Okay, perfect. You're very welcome. Thank you for stopping in as always. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Okay, we are working on IJ's channeled message now. What in the heck? All right. All right, IJ, I'll let you know when we're about halfway done. And then obviously when we're fully done, I'll read it to you and send it to you per usual. Hi, Jay. We're about halfway done. All right, I'm about to send it to you now. All right, this handwriting is a little crazy. I'm so sorry about that. So she says, "You make me nervous, but also calm." And really quick before I move on from this, I want to explain this. Like when I was about to start writing, like I could almost feel her like doing like flips in her stomach and like I don't know. There's just something here where, when you get feelings, you get they call it a gut instinct. Like you start to get like these feelings inside. It's a physical feeling in your stomach and you get nervous. And I think that as her feelings for you start to grow, she's becoming more aware of how nervous she gets to talk to you because she's caring more, like caring, caring more about this. But she's also saying that you bring this peaceful, like, feeling over her that it's like once the conversation gets it going and she can kind of get out of her head, then she feels calm again. So I wanted to clarify that because I feel like that needed a little bit more explanation. So she says, "You make me nervous, but also calm. It's actually wild, but it's a good feeling. I blush so much when we're talking and smile like crazy. I want this connection so much, and I know deep down I'm not in a position to want it like I do, but I can't help it. I find myself looking forward to the next time we talk. These feelings feel so good. I feel like I can tell you anything, and I want to get closer to you." I love this letter so much. Like, I don't know why. I just think this is such a nice letter. Your gut knows before you do. Yeah. She's just like, it feels so good. Like, talking to you feels good. And it's like nervous, but it's exciting. And like, she's like, I smile so much. Like, my face hurts from talking to him. Like, I don't know. It's just, she feels so seen and she feels so, I don't know. I think she's caring a lot about this connection. She's caring more and more every single day, and it's such a fun, sweet feeling to like get to experience secondhand. Cuz I feel like she's just giggles, like she's just happy, and it's like I don't know, maybe she's starting to like come to understanding maybe a little bit more about this connection or a little bit more about you. I don't know, it's just so sweet. It's such a sweet feeling. But anyways, that is what I have for that, IJ. Hopefully you were able to hear everything that I said. I get it. I try to tell her to be intentional about seeing her. She feels seen. She does. I feel like she was trying to relay something to me between the lines in her latest post and communication to me. What was it? Okay. One second. I'm sorry, IJ. My cat's getting into shit. Give me a second. Get down. Gunner, go. Go to your room. What the hell are you doing? You know you're not supposed to be on the counter. Go. 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 We're not doing this tonight. Jesus Christ. Walk into the kitchen and he's like on the counter. I don't know what he was getting into. He acts like he's new here. He acts like he's brand new to this world. They get to roam everywhere. Oh, the one that likes to pick a card, he's on the back of the couch minding his business. He's being good. My other cat, on the other hand, acts like he's brand new to this life. The only thing he cannot do in our house, or the only thing he can't be on in our house, is the counters. I run a very clean, tight ship. That's the only thing I ask is that he doesn't go on the counters. And he knows. He knows he's not supposed to be up there. It's a big no-no. And he runs to his room. Like if I see him, all I have to do is look at him. And he jumps down and runs to his room because he knows he's in trouble. But he does it anyway. I don't know what to say about that. Cats are crazy. We have toddlers around here. That's all I can really say. All right. What was she trying to relay? What was she trying to relay? What was she trying to communicate, please? Oh my goodness. She's doing some purging, some releasing. I think that she's going through what's commonly known as an ego death right now. It doesn't mean it's her only one. It could just be like a little ego death, but I feel like she's doing a lot of purging. This could be a physical purge, but usually with swords, it indicates like a mental purge, meaning that she's being more intentional, more mindful with the people that she spends time with, the thoughts that she has in her head, the stories that she tells herself, her own criticism for herself. her like habits might be changing to healthier habits. It's almost like a whole reset, like a shift, a refocus onto the right things. I have the Eight of Cups here where it's talking about I am walking away. I am moving forward from the things that aren't serving me anymore. Those things I was holding on to tightly of or toward, I realized that they're not for me, because if it was for me or if it was for my best and highest good, it would have worked out. It would not have been something that I needed to hold on so tightly to. She might be recognizing patterns, recognizing people in her life she needs to cut out. Because we have the Ten of Swords, and it depicts a person laying on the ground with 10 swords in their back, meaning that they were betrayed. They were let down by the people around them. They may even let themselves down, or been in denial about a situation, spoke badly about themselves, or allowed other people to treat them negatively. And when it's in reverse, it kind of allows gravity. It's like a visual of gravity and those knives coming out of her back. So I feel like she is trying to let go, move on, move forward. Those two cards came out together. And also the Ten of Swords talks about ending. So it indicates that she's moving on into a new chapter for herself. Instead of focusing on the wrong things, focusing on the things that are stressing herself out. This could be her own self, like wanting to relinquish a little bit of control, as well. Like maybe not try so hard to have so much control of her life, and understand there are some things that she may not be able to control, and that's okay. Maybe you're just trying to be a little bit more go with the flow, not so rigid with her life all the time, and set herself up for these super high expectations that she like holds herself to certain standards. And the thing about her is it seems like she holds herself to certain standards that she expects of herself, but would never expect that in other people. And I think that she realized that over time she's been really hard on herself, and so she needs to just be a little bit more flowy, a little bit more like water, not rigid, not stagnant, not planted, but just be more in flow. He said, I'm proud of her. It reminds me of what she told me some time ago about working on her own self-care, and wanted me to make sure I was prioritizing mine. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that she holds herself into an impossibly high standard, but she would never expect that of someone else. Like, she would never do that. She would be so understanding and so kind of someone else, but when it comes to herself, for some reason, she wants all of this control. So she's saying, you know what? I don't care. Like, if I'm not showing up as my best self that day, it is okay as long as I'm giving my best, if I'm giving it my all. So maybe she's been the type of person who always wanted to have the best foot forward. She always wanted to make a good impression. She always wanted to seem like she had it together. Queen of Wands energy in reverse. She's realizing that it's not worth it. It is not worth it. She does not have to have her shit together all of the time, 24/7. That's hard. That's stressful. 10 of Wands. That's a lot on her for everybody to expect her to just be Miss Perfect, Queen of Wands, 24/7. Again, Leo energy. And she's saying, like, no, like, I'm going to do my best every single day, but I'm holding myself to an impossibly high standard. That is what it is. And I need to stop being disappointed in myself when I fall short. I'm still learning. I am still growing. I still have a lot of life left to live and experiences to be had. And I just need to stop being so hard on myself. So that is what I feel she's been trying to relay. She doesn't expect her to be. Oh, wait. She doesn't. Wait. I don't expect her to be perfect. That's a quick ticket to nervous breakdown. Yeah, and that's what I mean, is that she doesn't think that anyone is putting this pressure on her. And it's a pressure that it's not a pressure that she would ever put on herself. But you know, we are our own worst critics, and it's very hard for us sometimes because we expect so much more out of ourselves than other people do. And I think that she's like, I relate to her a lot. Like, she reminds me a lot of me. But you're right, though. That is a quick ticket to a nervous breakdown. We are working on IJ's second BOGO now, and after that we have Nessa. Nessa, if you're here, if you want to check in with me, feel free to do so. You will be next. And then after that I have Ajaz for a mini reading. Perfect. Thank you guys for checking in. Jazz, I still have your question. What does she want you to know as she takes this quiet time to watch and see? IJ, I have a deck I want to use. Give me 1 second. It's not in here with me. I have a chill community. Well, that's good because I'm very chaotic and I need patience. I need people to have patience with me. So I appreciate that. I think that's part of the reason why I offer the opportunity to skip or leave your question with me is, again, I'm putting the pressure on myself to get things done within a certain amount of time. But you guys are just like, oh, it's fine. We're good. We're just chilling. But I'm like, no, like, I don't want you guys to wait too long. All right, what does she want him to know? What does she want him to know? She wants you to know that right now she's allowing her feelings and like her emotions for you to surface. She's accepting them. She's letting them come in, however slow or fast they are going to. She's becoming more observant of these feelings as well. That she has a lot of love for you as like a person, and I think that she's realizing that things are feeling like they're growing, they're getting stronger. She's caring more about this connection. She's also being open to getting to know you, understanding who you are, what you're about, wanting to know more about you. So it's not just like you asking about her. What makes you passionate? What makes you happy? What are your interests? What is your love language? So I feel like while she's watching you, she's in studying you, she's trying to learn these things about you as well. She's trying to like figure out more about who you are and how you tick. She wants you to know that she's also open to this connection. She's trying not to stand in the way. She's trying not to block it. She's just kind of here and open and ready. Like even if she doesn't think she's ready, she's trying to like keep all the channels of communication open. I think that she's also open to this connection to help her with her own spiritual growth as well. She feels a very true connection with you. Like it feels pure. It feels like it has good intentions. It feels like no red flags. She wants you to know that she's appreciative of you and your time, and she's thanking you for like caring for her. She's saying that you're like, it's changing me, like the way that you think of me and support me is changing me. And I feel like she's treasuring this connection or cherishing this connection. She feels like there's a lot of good stuff that's coming your way. She likes how relaxed you are, how unattached you are. You're not needy, you're not clingy, you're just here. You're just who you are. She really likes that about you. I have this message kind of funny where it's like she's saying you're kind of stuck with me. Like, why is that reminiscent of something that I said to James earlier? But anyways, yeah, she's like you're stuck with me. As long as you want me around, I'll be here. That might be more like her higher self too. She thinks you have a big heart. Anything else? You said you think you help each other grow. What is she wanting him to know? There's a card up here of patient. So she's saying she's being patient. She's not here to rush into anything herself. But when the time comes, she would love to spend quality time with you. I think the main thing that she's doing right now is just trying to figure out how you operate. So that's why she's keeping an eye on things. She's just kind of being watchful, trying to figure you out. And yeah, that's what I've got. Nessa, if you want to drop your question again for me, please do so. You said you feel the same. You're welcome, NJ. I hope you have a great rest of your night. All right, we have a mini for Nessa and then a mini for Ajaz, and then I will be signing off for the night. Just a reminder, I will not be here Monday and Tuesday. I think after Monday and Tuesday, you can expect to see me quite a bit up until the following Thursday. So, what are those dates? The 28th to the 5th. You can expect to see me quite a bit. It's about 9 days in a row where I'll either be doing offline readings, which you'll see more if you follow me on Instagram, Luna Affinity, or I'll be here and be live. I'm going to try to work as much as I can starting on Wednesday because the following week on the 7th, well, technically the 6th, we are going on vacation. So I'm trying to kind of make up for that a little bit when I'm not going to be here. All right, this is for Nessa. Well, I see the cafe guy I met today soon again. He talked to me, then my friend came. I felt his stares in awe. I feel like I would see him again in that little that we talked. It was nice. Oh, I love that. Will she see the cafe guy she met today again? All right. Will she see him again soon? When can she expect to see him again? When can she expect to see him again? When can she expect to see him again? They're saying 4 to 10 weeks. 4 to 10 weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm thinking end of September to beginning of November. So I would say before the end of the year. Before the end of the year. Wands are usually pretty quick moving. So you can actually speed this process along if you spend more time at that cafe. Because if he wants to see you again, which it feels like he does, and you want to see him again, that makes me feel like you guys are going to try to go back to where you saw each other before and frequent that place because it's like a missed connection. So you're going to want to go back to that place that you've been. I think it's going to happen before the end of the year. I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. And I am getting a yes in general that you are going to see him again. I think go back to socialize again. A couple of times, maybe go back by yourself, and then maybe a couple of times go back with a friend. But I think that what's going to happen is you're going to see this person again waiting in the same situation. So, for example, that friend that came in that you met up with, I think that it's like going to be a similar situation where you're kind of hanging out with a friend or waiting on a friend. Your intuition told that he was interested. So I am getting a yes, Ace of Wands. There was a physical attraction here. He was trying to give you your space, though. I have the 9 of Pentacles. He was trying to respect your space. He didn't want to be one of those people that even though, like, he knew that you went to that place, to that cafe for a reason, and he wasn't the reason that you went there. So he didn't want to be one of those people where he was trying to interfere with the original plans that you have made. But there is attraction here for you, Nessa, from him for sure. And I'm also getting that he was a little disappointed that your conversation or your interaction got um, interrupted, but he understood. Like he understood that that's you were there for another reason, not for him. So right now he feels kind of sad. He feels a little bit on the outside of your life, but I think that he hopes to see you again. And I am being shown that very, very soon he's going to go back to that cafe. So they're showing that he's going to try to work to see you again. So in the very near future, very quickly, maybe even spontaneously, like impulsively. Like, I don't think this is going to be pre planned. I think he might just get a feeling to go back just to see. So, I would say, since you work near there, inside that mall, spend as much time around there as you can. You should be able to see him again. But yeah, that's what I've got, Nessa. Does that answer your question? Yeah, girl. I think you might figure out, like, you might run into each other again under the same circumstances that you did today. That's what it feels like to me. Perfect. You're welcome, Nesta. Have a great night. All right, this is for Jazz. Jazz says, what are Nay's true feelings towards me? She's a Sagittarius. What are Nay's true feelings towards me? Well, one thing I'm getting is she's watching you. Do you have her on social media? She's coming through like the emperor, but man, her eyes are watching you. They're paying attention to you. She's trying to get as much information about you as she possibly can. This person, I feel like she's very, very like stoic. She doesn't really like to express too much about what she's thinking or feeling, but then randomly, like out of nowhere, what seems to be like out of the blue, you'll hear from her or something. Like it's almost like it feels like very unpredictable energy with Nay. It feels like she only does things when she wants to do them, so she gets kind of like, I don't know, impulsive with it is what it feels like to me. Let's see. She does follow you on IG. Okay. She's watching you. Like I see her shifty eyes. Like I see her paying or sorry, that got cut off, paying attention like to what you're posting. She's trying to gain intel on you. Definitely shifty eyes, maybe like a little bit cagey. Like I still feel sometimes I feel like she's just really not sure what to think sometimes with the things that you post or the things that she sees. But I do feel like she's in this place right now of feeling like a lack of inspiration, or even a creative block, something along those lines, because I have the Page of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands upright is like where you're really feeling yourself, you're really feeling your best, and you're kind of like a trendsetter and you're marching to the beat of your own drum. And then when it's in reverse, life can feel a little bit dull. So maybe she's feeling dull without you, maybe she's feeling less inspired without you. Maybe she's just feeling like down on her luck without having you around. I see that she wasn't really one for commitment, but maybe she's coming around to the idea. Four of Wands, Page of Swords. But this is very new for her. This feeling of coming around to commitment, this new feeling that has surfaced. It's not something she's been thinking on for a while because it's the page. So I think that she's like might be rethinking something. She might be trying to get her mind wrapped around potentially settling down or committing or having like a long-term relationship or something like that. But it does feel like to me that this is brand new feelings that have surfaced, and she's not quite sure how she feels about it just yet. Maybe that might have even been something that was going on within your connection too, is being unclear about where she stood with certain things. I haven't been keeping her in the loop. I fell back from her. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, I feel like when she gets a sign or a signal from you, she'll make her move. I have the Page of Cups, so she's just kind of waiting for an opportunity, I guess. The Page of Cups talks about believing in the impossible, waiting for signs and signals and synchronicities from the universe or from a person. So maybe she's just kind of biding her time or something here. She does miss you. I feel like she feels like she really like fumbled or like lost you. There's like this sense of loss, like a sense of feeling your absence and not really being happy since you guys have gone your separate ways. Four of Cups. I would say she still has feelings for you, but she worked really hard to keep you in the dark, it seems. Like you never really felt like you could really get underneath the surface here. She tried very hard to like protect herself or keep a wall up, and keep you at a distance and kind of keep you in the dark, it seems. But I think that the feelings are still there for you. The attraction is still here for you of Leo sun energy. So you're a bright spot to her. There could even be feelings of jealousy or fear of missing out because she's not a part of your life every single day. And I think that there could be a little bit of regret here. Um, it's almost like she's like, I wanted one thing, or I thought I wanted one thing, and now I want something else. So I feel like almost like she's having like this kind of crisis, if you will, like crisis of wants or crisis of identity or crisis of something where she's, I don't know, was thinking that she wanted one thing and now maybe she's changing her mind. Um, but there are definitely still residual feelings for you here for her. Or for you from her. He said, haven't been keeping her in the loop, fell back, spot on, because she chose her ex-boyfriend. Okay, yeah. So you said, can I ask one more? If you need something clarified that I said, I can just answer that for you. But if you have a new question for me, that's fine. If you want to donate, we can add on. Just let me know what we're doing. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. I usually will honor add-ons unless I'm being super strict for the night, but I usually will allow add-ons for people who have donated. The list being closed is usually just for people who are coming in after the list closed, and I won't be taking any more. But yeah, you can add on if you want to. You're welcome. The incident with Nay telling me about Shay messaging her, was that intentional? Was Nay telling the truth? Okay. The incident with Nay telling Jazz about Shay messaging her, was that intentional? Was that intentional? Was Nay telling the truth? Did Shay message her? Did Nay message her? All right, Jazz. So here's the tea. Nay was telling the truth about communicating with Shay. Because you said the incident with Nay telling you about Shay messaging her, was that intentional? So this was intentional. They did communicate with each other, but she was not telling the truth. I don't think that Shay reached out to Nay. I think that Nay reached out to Shay and they had a conversation. And when Nay held back, I think Nay was telling you some things. There was half truths going on. There were half truths here. I don't think that you were told the full story. And I think there were also things that were said to you that were a little bit exaggerated, if that makes sense. I don't think Shay reached out. I do think that Nay might have been the one to communicate with Shay just to be able to say, like, we talked. Nay had a, like, underlying motivation here. She was telling the truth. They did communicate. But I don't think she was telling you the full truth. I think there's something going on here where she was exaggerating certain parts and then holding back other things. The message was on Bumble, but in order to message someone, they both have to agree to swipe on each other. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that actually makes a lot of sense. So I think that Nay was the one to reach out first, to be completely honest. But I also feel like you deserve screenshots. Like if Nay is going to go out of her way to tell you this communication about her between her and Shay, she should be sending screenshots and they should be like actual receipts, because I don't think you were being told the full truth here. I really don't. And I would go as far as to say that Nay lied about probably half, if not more than half, of the things that were said between the two of them. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I almost said you probably would have gotten screenshots, but you wouldn't have gotten the full story. Like, she was being very she knew what she was doing. I feel like she was being very intentional with how she was sending things, because you know what a screenshot looks like. Why is she cutting some things off that were said? Maybe even like cropping the photos and things like that. I'm sure that's the stuff that she was sending you. So you weren't getting the full story, and you should follow your intuition with that, because that's definitely what I'm picking up. You wish you knew if the motive was malicious? Let me ask. I mean, she definitely had an underlying motive here. Let's see. What was her motive? What was her motive? What was her motive? So I think Nay was just trying to set herself up to look a certain way. I'm not sure what the connection is with you and Shay. Like, if you guys ever had anything between the two of you. But I feel like, number one, Nay wants to look desirable. So Shay being interested in Nay would feel like by telling you that she would be desirable. Maybe try to make you jealous. Let me see. I feel like she was trying to invoke some type of feeling out of you, and she was trying to feel better about the situation. She was trying to see how you were going to react, because I have the moon here and I have the justice card, and this talks about being in the dark when it comes to the truth. So I feel like she was trying to incite some type of feeling out of you and trying to seem desirable to someone else by telling you about this. And I think that trying to see if maybe you would get jealous, or how would you react, or what would you say to this. Um, she probably also, too, on the side, was looking for a reason to talk to you. She probably was using this as an excuse to communicate with you or keep the conversation going, because I see her here as the sun and the 9 of Cups. And that's like her getting her way, like her being very happy with how this is working out. Nay, being very happy with how this is working out and feeling like she's getting what she wanted out of this. It's kind of setting herself up to be in the best position, or what she perceives to be a good position when it comes to you. You used to date Shay, so that makes sense, because I was over here saying like she's trying to incite some type of jealousy. So you guys kind of have like a whole thing, it seems. That's insane. And I've seen right through her lying, and now Shay watches my story. So, um, yeah, there's that. And I think honestly, whatever it is I've said, I might have given you some new information, but I think more than anything, I'm just validating what you already know. Like, Nay is almost coming across, well, Shay wants me, so you should too, kind of thing. And then also, so I have this weird feeling with Nay and you, is that she wants you, and she's also jealous of you at the same time. Do you get that feeling? I'm not talking about Shay, I'm talking about Nay. That Nay wants to be in a relationship with you. Like, she wants you, but she's jealous of you, and she wants you to want her. That's what it feels like. She likes that feeling of you wanting her, but she's jealous of you at the same time. I don't know about Shay, because I didn't really look into Shay's energy too much. I don't know what's going on there. This is mostly about Nay specifically, but it's this weird dynamic, Jazz, where it's like Nay wants you, but she more so wants you to want her, because I think that there's like this weird jealousy dynamic. And I'm not sure if it's because she feels like you're unapologetically yourself, and that you are desirable yourself, and that you just are who you are. You don't shy away or hide parts of you. Maybe she feels like she can't be like that, or wishes that she could be more like that. But there's this inferiority that she feels with you. And I think it's very conflicting for her, because she feels inferior to you, but she also is attracted to you and has feelings for you. But also, she's jealous of you. Do you know what I mean? And she wants you to want her. Yes, it's creepy. Nay's giving her that show with that guy. Wait, it's creepy. Nay, shake my head, Nay. It's giving that show with that guy is stalking the girl he likes and knocks people off. You're talking about You, the show You. It's toxic. That's so funny. I love that show. I mean, the concept is crazy, but I love that show. I really like Penn Badgley. I think he's a great actor, and I think he's a great person. But yeah, that show is creepy. Yeah, the show You. Nay does not know Shay at all. Shake my head. That's so weird. Yeah. She's clearly trying to, it's like she's wanting to be you, Jazz. She wants the people that have been with you to want her. She's trying to be you. She is jealous of you. And she is and she desires you and she wants you to want her. It's the most confusing shit. Like it's very complicated. But what I will say, Jazz, is that you love that show too. I will say that you guys might have like past life karma potentially, or just being karmic like partners in each other's life. You would do well at some point. Obviously, you don't have to now, or you can make that decision for yourself. But I know there's some people that look into past lives, they look into birth charts, or they look into numerology to try to understand the dynamic, because sometimes people have a hard time breaking that bind that brings those two people together. And if you desperately want this person to stay out of your life and get out of your business, you have to find a way to balance that karma if you guys have past life karma, or if you're karmic partners. And sometimes, like, numerologists or like past life readers will be able to assist you there. It's not something I specialize in, but I know there's people out there that can do it. She adds everyone she sees on your story. That is so weird. That is so weird. I'm so sorry. That is weird. Like, wow. I don't even know what to say to that. It's crazy because when I met her, I told her I felt like I knew her from a past life, like an instant connection. Yeah. I mean, I would look into it, because if I feel like I have a past life connection with someone, I want to know how to disconnect from them. Like, if they're not healthy, or if karma needs to be balanced, like, I want to know how to do that. Because it can save you a lot of heartache and a lot of pain and a lot of frustration. When her and you first followed each other, you had no mutual friends. Shay's entertaining her. That lets me know Shay ain't shit. Yeah. Now I totally get that. I think honestly, just let them ruin each other's life. Like, just let them communicate. Let them talk. I know you want all the information so that way you can make the best decision for yourself and just kind of laugh in the shadows. But I also feel like, shit, if they want to entertain each other, then let them, because they're only ruining each other's life and they're just keeping you out of it. But I don't know. I'm not really picking up on the fact that Nay wants to be with Shay. I think Nay just she's being weird. She like wants to be you. That's the thing. You cut the romantic side off from her and cut access to you. You're supposed to be leaving the country with Nate. Why is Shay on Bumble then if she's married? That's what I'm saying. All right, girl. Well, I do have to run. I got to get a workout in before my husband gets home. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night, but it's been real. I hope you have a good night. Hopefully this helped you. You're welcome. Have a good night, friend. I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.